Hello everyone, my name is Uğur Çelik and I will try to explain BIM implementations on projects and digital transformation on construction with a case study. In this study, we work with Professor Pelin and I appreciate her guidance in this paper. Firstly, let's look at the main problems and barriers and how to overcome these problems. Problems and barriers can be listed as follows. Providing quick solutions to the increasing urban transportation problems in Istanbul, managing different construction and design works to start at the same time in a common perspective, finding solution for construction projects that cannot be complete on time and on budget, to provide solution with digitization steps in construction sector which cannot adapt to technological developments whose efficiency is gradually decreasing. And solutions are listed as follows. Increasing metro investments to bring solution to Istanbul's urban transportation problems, developing standard application in project management to reduce losses by adapting to new generation solutions, increasing digitization with the application of BIM and development technologies. Now, let's look at the case study. Excitement case study is Alpkökin Metro Line project, where the parties of the project are Istanbul Metropolitan Municipality as owner, AGA Energy as contractor, MI as consultant firm, and Protest designer. This metro line is one of the most important transportation projects in Istanbul, which is 13 km including 12 stations and is integrated with 6 other metro lines throughout 5 different districts of the city. In 2023, it's estimated that the line will carry 500,000 passengers daily. This metro line is the second metro project in Turkey which was tendered with BIM requirements. The metro line passes through the business main arteries in Istanbul, which causes several infrastructural overlaps and coordination problems. There are some challenges such as the route having low sail strength and high earthquake loads due to cracked and intensive settlement in Istanbul. It's difficult to find convenient places for shafts and stations. Alpkökin Metro Line has 5 main BIM targets. These are listed as follows. Creating 3D models and ensuring interdisciplinary coordination, cost analysis, integration of the work program with 3D models and progress tracking, preparation of as-built projects in BIM model, delivery of model that can be used for operation or maintenance to the operation company. In Alpkökin Metro Line BIM implementation plan, main BIM targets are planned at 3 priority levels. High-level BIM usage target is defined as 3D coordination. Mid-level BIM usage target is defined as phase planning, record modeling, model-based cost estimation, and two-dimensional layout production. And low-level BIM usage target is defined as operation and maintenance studies. When we look at the BIM application on Alpkökin Metro Line. Firstly, I want to explain BIM coordination process. 3D modeling and coordination process specified as high targets in the BIM implementation plan are carried out in cooperation with all stakeholders. In the coordination workflow described in the BIM implementation plan, representatives from all disciplines of the employer, consultant, contractor, designer, and operation firm attend the BIM coordination meetings held in 2 weeks periods. 3D models which are shared a week before the meeting are examined by employer, consultant, and operation firm. With the coordination model examined, each discipline's representative conveys his or her comments to the contractor and designer. These comments are not only about clutches but also to prevent problems that will be encountered during the construction and operation. Each comment can be reached by all disciplines and stakeholders, and the whole process is carried out transparently. With the scope of the line, a total of 1,009 comments were reported, and the vast majority of these problems were resolved during the design phase thanks to BIM model. Another significant point of Alpkökin Metro Line BIM coordination process as follows. Before COVID-19 pandemic, coordination processes are carried out with the Navisworks software. However, in this period, BIM 360, a cloud-based software, has been used to adapt to new working conditions. Thanks to this rapid adaptation, coordination efforts was able to be contained continuously throughout the COVID-19 pandemic. One of the most critical features of the line is that the route is in irregular residential area with high building stock. An accurate examination of the interaction of metro line with passes through the most crowded areas in the city with the surrounding buildings is an important challenge for stakeholders. In order to overcome this difficulty, laser scanning studies were made through drones, and point cloud data and station or tunnel models were integrated, and interaction with surrounding structures could be examined through the current data. Laser scanning method is not only used for site interaction, it was also used to create as-built models of structure whose rough construction is finished. With the as-built models, create again an overlap test is performed with electromechanical or architectural models. Clashes that cannot be encountered during the construction are largely prevented by performing the clash test with laser scanning data. The progress tracking of tunnel, rough construction and rail assembly of the line is carried out bi-weekly. Progress models, electromechanical and finishing works are carried through more detailed models that are shared weekly. These models, which are integrated with the schedule, provide making the delay analysis. Another study carried out within the scope of the line is the follow to cost analysis and progress. Payment through the 3D models in this study. Firstly, the unit price description defined in the contract have been defined in Navis first quantification model with all the details. In each manufacturing item, the model elements that are the basis of that production are integrated, and then, as the construction takes place, the progress parameter is filled and cost calculations are made. The prepared models are updated monthly and shared with the employer. Studies to create 70 models, which are defined as low targets in the BIM implementation plan, are carried out through the signaling documents, which are very important, especially in testing and commissioning works. With the signalization models created, all documents that may be required for operation and maintenance and repair are linked to related equipment, and accessibility is provided. And let's look at the outcomes of this case study. Firstly, the fact that the stakeholders did not have sufficient BIM experience at the beginning of the projects and the translation of IMM to BIM without creating a corporate culture wasted a lot of time in the designing BIM process. IMM should prevent the loss of time caused by inexperienced contractors by creating standards documents. Secondly, although Alpkökin telemetry line is the second metro project of IMM that is being carried out with BIM, it has been observed with that provides BIM adaptation in accordance with the terms of the contract. In particular, in coordination and clash tests, it was observed that the studies with high BIM maturity were carried out by stakeholders. Thirdly, during the COVID-19 pandemic period, BIM played an important role in the continuation of design and coordination process. The transfer and dissemination of this experience is important for the industry. And another outcome is the importance of cumulative experience. The experience gained from the coordination process should be transferred to other projects. This experience will be instructive not only for new jobs, but also for new graduate engineers. Also, the application of technologies such as laser scanning that has not become widespread in the construction sector, and the experience gained from this application are great importance for the development of the sector. Efforts should be made to implement these studies in other public projects. Regarding progress payment methods, it seems that the traditional method cannot be abandoned in progress payments due to legal limitations. Improvements in progress payment methods and arrangements should be made to integrate it with BIM. IMM needs to realize this development with engineers with an innovative perspective. Also, transferring experience to new lines during the translation of BIM, and creating corporate memory will help IMM to achieve its goals. Preparation of specialist documents such as BIM implementation plan by IMM will lead to wave for standardization. And lastly, it's seen that there are big differences in terms of mobile use of workers and field engineers in BIM application, and specification is not at the level sufficient detail. Necessary software and hardware should be described in the specifications to make BIM models available on site. In this study, Alpkökin metro line BIM application were examined. Despite the fact that the first implementation of BIM in public projects in Turkey, BIM maturity level was found to be high. In particular, BIM coordination process facilitates the adoption of the stakeholders to BIM, as well as increase interdisciplinary communication and improve design quality. The fact that disciplines carry out process with the awareness of collaboration is another finding that plays an important role in making critical decisions, as well as preventing clashes in the field. Active use of new generation technologies such as laser scanning technologies expected to contribute to the improvement of the quality of the studies and the development of sector. The use of BIM will become widespread by making progress payment with mandatory and regulations in this direction. In this way, progress payment management will be more reliable than the traditional method. The studies carried out on the metro line can set an example in this regard and will support the implementers. Another work of IMM rail systems that will be contribute to the developments of the BIM will be creation of common family database that can be used in all lines. This created database will not only contribute to the design and progress payment, but also to the operating company. It has been determined there are shortcomings in the studies regarding the use of BIM applications of the projects in construction site, and it was observed that the inexperience of the stakeholders and the inefficiency of the specification caused this result. The BIM application with the scope of this study are intended to be source for other projects, and the lessons learned will be guiding public and private institution managers BIM process. Thank you for kindness to listen. Have a nice e-conference and be safe at home.